Hello, and thanks for joining us. My name is Brad Brewer. I'm a forward deployed engineer with Dialpad, and I'm here to walk you through our agentic solution and how we can take business problems and turn them into real world solutions, providing ROI in a safe and scalable manner. Today, we'll be walking through an agent creation process going from idea to production and how we can safely test, vet, and run evals to make sure that when we are producing these agents, they are in fact providing the best value for you and your customers. So let's take a look at what looks like building an agent with Dialpad. So you'll see here we're starting off with a simple question. Describe what you want this agent to do. At this point, I have a lot of different options, and really I'm just verbalizing my issue with my business. What am I looking to solve with AI? So in this case, we're going to take a look at a scheduling assistant. From here, just a simple prompt, and we start building. The idea here is we're building the 80%, so the framework of that agent. Starting off with the grounding. Who is this company? Think of this as that new hire entry, bringing them in, steeping them in the culture, defining the agent's task, and really the brand and the tone that that agent's going to use when they're interacting with your customers. If we take a look at the different tones and how they fit the task, if this is a customer service agent, we maybe want to bring in some empathy, some understanding of the problem to really de-escalate that customer. Where in a sales environment, that energy, that excitement might be what we want. So the ability to really fine-tune that tone and that agent for the job, it allows you to keep your brand alive while also servicing your customers. So now that we've defined what the agent, how the agent interacts, we need to tell it what to do. These are those standard operating procedures. So when we take a look at some of these skills, you'll notice just by our simple prompt, we have the bulk of the skill built. At this point, as a business, I just come in and fine tune it. I make it mine. Can add in small little changes, whether it's just a simple prompt like this, or if we need to really get into some of the more advanced features and functionality. At the end of the day, though, we're not programming. We're not looking at code. I'm writing natural language instructions that I would give to a human to execute a task. In this case, it's an agentic agent. So now that we have our skill built, we want to go ahead and make sure it's best optimized for an agentic solution. So rather than having to lean on an engineer and go hire new staff, partnering with the right company like Dialpad makes this an easy process. So here I can go ahead and review the skill, apply best practices, review any workflow gaps that might exist, and make recommendations on some enhancements to the skill, using those best practices that we have really mined through our experiences with AI. So in this case, I can go ahead and improve the skill, and I'll have a fully functioning rewritten skill with all of those best practices and workflow enhancements built simply by clicking through a couple options. Now that we have our skill built, we never want to go from theory to production. Testing. Testing AI is difficult. Running evals without bias, having people call in, you're never going to get a solid response. So when we take a look at our Proving Ground solution, this is our solution to evals and how can we add some consistency and remove the variables so that we can trust the data. Proving Ground uses a Google backend Gemini to go ahead and simulate conversations, to run real world scenarios through your agents and produce results on how well it handled those tasks prior to deploying these in production. I'm seeing the fires before they become major issues in my business rather than reacting to customer concerns. The idea here is that we have a closed loop system from design, build, optimize, and test, giving you confidence in the ability to scale AI agents and allow them to accomplish tasks within your business. Thank you very much for your time today. We look forward to having a discussion with you on taking your business problems and using Dialpad to provide solutions. Have a fantastic day.